बाद में बात करें, मेरा अभी
ओ
क्लास।
यू हैव क्लास। तो फिर मैं ये सामान अभी लेके जाऊँ प्रभु जी घर?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद।
माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम, जय श्रीला प्रभु।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
देविका माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम, जय श्रीला प्रभु। सौम्या माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रभु।
दंडवत प्रणाम। I'm sorry, I remembered at 10:05 that I need to log in. I became caught up with something. We'll wait maybe 2-3 minutes if others want to join.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
दंडवत प्रणाम चंदन प्रभु। हरे कृष्ण। जय राम माधव, जय कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधवा, जय कुंज बिहारी, जय गोपी जनवल्लभा, जय गिरिवरधारी, जय गिरिवरधारी, जनरञ्जना जयो व्रज जनरञ्जना जयो यशोदानन्दना जयो व्रज जनरञ्जना जयो व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारी जयो कुञ्ज बिहारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जयो कुञ्ज बिहारी जयो राधा माधवा जयो कुञ्ज बिहारी जयो राधा माधवा जयो कुञ्ज बिहारी जयो गोपीजनवल्लभा जयो गिरिवरधारी जयो गिरिवरधारी जयो गोपीजनवल्लभा जयो गिरिवरधारी जयो गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरा वनचारी यमुनातीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा जयो कुञ्ज बिहारी जयो राधा माधवा जयो कुञ्ज बिहारी। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवंश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Okay, so we are discussing. Sorry about last week. I went to New Vrindavan, so we don't. Yeah. we are continuing on the third verse. Last week we covered the introduction. Um, this is what Prabhupada says, that we discuss in detail that how beginning of spiritual life is through hearing, and we hear from spiritual master. And this hearing is very rare because the living entities is um, Brahman Brahmati. They are going from one species to another, and they break that cycle when they hear about the Lord, and when they begin devotional service. And then we also discuss the living entity is pleasure seeker. Um, and that pleasure is experienced only through the process of devotional service. But when we are not seeking there, then we are naturally seeking in this material world, which causes entanglement, which is because of ignorance, and um, that leads us to various species of life. But by good fortune, when we hear about the Lord, the holy name of the Lord, um, and how we are related to Him, and we become sincere, then the doors for liberation open. And therefore, this opportunity is rare, um, to return back home, back to Godhead, and one should accept this opportunity with enthusiasm, um, determination, and confidence, um, and patience. Utsaha. So the previous verse shows the six things which are not favorable for our progress in our spiritual life, like bad association, um, greed for material things, then over endeavor, over working more than required for material gains, um, over accumulating, over engagement of any of the senses, atyahara prayasascha prajalpa, speaking things not conducive, anything ill. Like just now, one instance happened where somebody invited one of the devotees for I think their daughter's birthday or something. So um, um, she told me that, Prabhuji, I will not eat in their home. It's better to not eat, or it's better to eat in restaurant than eating in their homes. Um, so something like that she said. So I mean, I said yes, I see the point why this comment came, but then best is if you don't say. If you don't say and just say, Prabhuji, where can we eat? How can we handle eating? But best is no negative words come out from our mouth for anyone. That is something. Now, the tongue has kind of, the, the speech has this tendency um, to speak. It may be truthful, but still it is not conducive for our progress. So, prajalpa, um, fault finding, criticism, speaking about politics, speaking about the subject of sense gratification, speaking about the movies, new releases. It's been decades since I, you know, got in touch with them back. But previously I was interested, oh, what is the new movie that is being released? So speaking about, these are all, or TV serials, watching TV serials, cartoons, or these are all different forms of prajalpa, or talking about others, not in a glorification way, not in, yeah, not in a atyahara, prayasa, over and over, prajalpa, niyamagraha, not willing to follow the rules and regulations that will help us advance. Yeah, I know I should do this, but sorry. So then it checks our progress. Rather, one should be enthusiastic. If one says, I cannot do it, I don't want to do it, then it's not conducive. But even if you don't want to do it and we're like, yes, I will do it, Prabhu. I'll do it, Mataji. Even if you fake that enthusiasm, it is very, very favorable for our progress. So, Atyahara Prayasa Prajalpa Niyamagraha Jana Sangha Chalolya Shadbir Bhakti Vinashati. These 6 things destroy our devotional service. Is greed, um, unwanted association. Unwanted association are of various types we saw. Um, Association of sense gratifiers, those who are attached to sense gratification, those who are, um, opposite sex, or those who are attached to opposite sex. They are all different kinds of unwanted association. Rather, one should try to associate with pure devotees of Lord Krishna who have attachment to Lord Krishna, because with the people we associate with, we will develop those tendencies. That's why the third chapter, this third verse, speaks about good association is very favorable for Krishna consciousness, and the second verse speaks about bad association is very unfavorable for Krishna consciousness. So in a way, one may say that it is repeated in a way, but it is one of the most important item is saintly association, because most of the things we will learn just by our association. If you associate with those who are very much into eating very, very nice foodstuffs, so we will also develop those desires. Or association of whatever qualities one has, the association will bring others quality in us. That's why they say that those who are attached to women and if we associate with them, that attachment will come in us even if we don't speak about that. It is natural. Association transfers the qualities. Or those who are like same, very much attached to any form of sense gratification, like you associate with somebody who drinks, will start drinking. I mean, not necessarily, but it will definitely impact us. Or, um, yeah, the environment, we become subjected to the environment. We become influenced by the environment. If we are pure devotees, very good. Then bad association, we can actually help them and without getting impacted. But since I'm talking about myself, and if we are not on that stage of pure devotion, then best is to be careful. And now this verse, very important, speaks about utsaha nishchayat dhairya tat tat karma pravartanat. And then jana sangha and satoviti. So there are 6 things pranashyati. These 6 things will enhance our devotional service. So these 6 things are very important, and we discuss about them. Enthusiasm. And what is enthusiasm? Enthusiasm doesn't mean we are very enthusiastic while kirtan. It's a part of it, but enthusiasm does not mean like very excited. No. Or sometime devotees who are beginning in their Krishna consciousness, they seems to be enthusiastic, but that enthusiasm is relatively immature enthusiasm. So mature enthusiasm is um, um, endeavoring with intelligence. Prabhupada says we are constantly trying to see what is favorable for my Krishna consciousness and are eager to act in a way that is favorable. Yes to Krishna, no to Maya. This enthusiasm. How can enthusiasm means you would want to make progress. Krishna is important to you. you will have fear of losing Krishna. Oh, I'm not reading these days. 2 days past, no reading. This is not good for me. Or this association is not good for me. These are all aspects of, and this is true enthusiasm. Means you are using your intelligence to make progress. Or I cannot eat this food, this is not offered to Krishna. Or can I hear some lectures? Which devotees can I hear from? Are there some more conference calls that I can hear? Mm, Can I chant some more? Oh, I have extra time today. Let me chant some more extra notes. How do I spread this message? How do I bring people to the lotus feet of Prabhupada and lotus feet of Krishna? So when the thoughts are absorbed in how can I be saved from Maya's influence? How can I make more advancement? How I should be very careful with my words, with my actions, um, uh, that I don't displease any devotee. How can I? How can I? So Krishna consciousness is the priority. So those who have that healthy sense of advancement, they are called enthusiastic devotees. And these are the devotees we should associate with, who are enthusiastic. When you associate with those, so as I said, immature enthusiasm, we want to do something, but we don't really know if it is right or not. That intelligence is not sure. And sometimes we are enthusiastic to do, but we don't want to do what our senior says or what other devotees says or what spiritual, but we are enthusiastic with our own ideals. And so those are some kind of immature enthusiasm. But yes, if you are intelligent, if you have knowledge, if you are associating, one devotee asked this question long back to Shamanand Prabhu. He's a senior brahmachari in Chowpatty. And he asked this question, how do we know that we are healthy in our Krishna consciousness? We are healthy. So Shamanand Prabhu said, if you're healthy, you would like to associate with devotees and hear about Krishna. You would look for opportunities how to have Krishna conscious association. You will open your heart. You will be eager for that. So that's a sign of enthusiasm. Lack of enthusiasm is like reading, I'm not interested. Hearing, yeah, same things only every time. I'm not interested to hear about Krishna. What about chanting? Somehow I will do it in the night, late night. Or today I could not finish my rounds. That's all right. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Tomorrow I'll do some extra. And tomorrow also, and 1 week not happen. That's okay. I have 50 rounds remaining. What period of time I'll do it? Let me try to get. So one is not very eager. And the best example is Srila Prabhupada. How enthusiastic was Srila Prabhupada to fulfill the desire of a spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada in 1922, he met his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And the first time he saw his spiritual master gave him an instruction. You are an intelligent young man. You should preach the message of Lord Krishna in English language in the Western world. And this was the instruction Prabhupada received. And it took 40 years before Prabhupada could implement that instruction. And there's a lifetime of preparation. But how enthusiastic he was throughout that 40 years. Despite various obstacles, he continued trying to fulfill the desire of his spiritual master. And one time he went to Shantipur. The Shantipur is in Mayapur. Is in Bengal. It is the birthplace of Advaita Acharya, who is actually, we discussed earlier, one discussion we had on the pastimes of Advaita Acharya and Lord Chaitanya. So Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu and Lord Shiva. So his birthplace is Shantipur. Very important place to go and seek blessings. So Prabhupada was in Shantipur and he would chant 64 rounds every day. at least morning till evening, he would continuously chant and he would cry. And he felt helpless. And when the pujari asked him that, who are you? I see you every day. You come morning, and I see you chanting the whole day till night, and then you go and Srila Prabhupada would not speak a word to anyone. He'll just go to Advaita Bhavan, the place of Advaita Acharya birthplace, in the temple, sit there by the pillar, and continuously chant the whole day, and in the night go back somewhere. And this pujari was shocked. Pujari would think that no, he is really sincere. He is, he is, he has a goal. Um, he's very special soul. So the pujari asked Prabhupada, who are you? And why do you come every day and you cry so much every day and you chant continuously? So Prabhupada said, actually, my spiritual master has given me an impossible mission. And what is the impossible mission? To preach this Krishna consciousness in English language all over the world. And I'm 70-year-old man and I'm incapable to do so. But yes, it is an instruction of my spiritual master. And then he told the pujari, please pray for me, that I can fulfill the desire of my spiritual master. And how he was using every bit of his intelligence to find out ways how he can fulfill the instruction of his spiritual master. This is enthusiasm. How much enthusiasm is required to board a cargo ship, not only like a well-established ship, a cargo ship, which is actually used just to carry the stuff, um, like cargo things, not suitable for people. Other than the captain, nobody would go in that ship. But how enthusiastic he was at the age of 70, without any money, to board the ship in a condition that he was already going through severe heart blocks, maybe like 99 point some percent of they were blocked. And within the first few days, Prabhupada continuously got 2 heart attacks. He knew his health condition, but he was very enthusiastic to, very eager, very determined to go and try spreading the message of Lord Krishna in the English language when he doesn't know anybody there. So this is enthusiasm, and how he was so much trying to create an impact in the world. He would send a message to Indira Gandhi. Like today in our Bhagavatam class, one of the devotee was discussing how when Prabhupada met Indira Gandhi, Prabhupada gave so many suggestions. Sent a letter to Indira Gandhi. She was, the prime minister or whatever in during that time in position. And then Prabhupada was telling that my advice would be that all the um, ministers should be initiated brahmanas to bring the peace in the society. All the ministry should be devotees of Lord Krishna. No other religion other than Bhagavad Gita as written Srimad Bhagavatam should be propagated. And this will be good for everyone in the country. This will create India an ideal nation. So in this way, Prabhupada was so enthusiastic, meeting with Mahatma Gandhi, meeting with the eager to take any opportunity to spread Krishna consciousness, whether it is in Jhansi or Japan or wherever. So this is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm means consistently trying to advance and to serve one spiritual master in all despite all unfavorable difficult circumstances. And Prabhupada life was actually full of difficulties. Prabhupada actually, honestly, he had no money, um, um, and he has so many rejections from his own people. Many, and he was once struck by a bull in his ribs, like and the bull broke Prabhupada's ribs, and then Prabhupada was lying down, helpless, unable to walk. And Prabhupada was thinking of Krishna, and he told, "Thank you, Krishna. Thank you for your mercy." And everything he took, all difficulties, he took it as Krishna's mercy, and he was un like unbudged. You cannot budge him in his determination to serve the instruction of his spiritual master, no matter what happens. Prabhupada came to US, and then how he was received. He was not received. And he was like, he would look at the ship and he would think, oh, where is the next ship going? Back to India that I can board. And Prabhupada actually said at some point of time, I was depressed, seeing the condition and how nobody was at all receptive, that how will it be possible to make the whole world Krishna conscious? And he had no support from his god brothers and god sisters. He even sent letters to help, please help me. I'm trying to serve my spiritual master instruction by spreading Krishna consciousness in America. And they would give him a pair of kartals, and they would give him something to eat. Now, this not proper was looking for a big help, not just a pair of kartals. So there was no support, there was no money, and the people were, very different kind of people. Initially, they were not at all interested. One or two people will come, they will appreciate only prasad, and they would not pay much attention in hearing him. And Prabhupada was so positive, yeah, at least they appreciate prasad. And there were many obstacles, but he was bent on continuing his services. Continue, and then continue, and then continue. This is mature enthusiasm. Um, Enthusiasm is something that is within us, and that is a driving force. I must do it for Lord Krishna. I must try. I must extend. I must stretch myself. I must do more. Enthusiasm is also like anything not conducive to Krishna consciousness, I will not do. So basically, the intelligence is very accurate on what is unfavorable, what is favorable, how to do what is favorable, how not to do what is unfavorable. Like Bhagavad Gita says, Vyavasayatmika buddhi, single pointed intelligence. How to serve Lord Krishna, how to serve my spiritual master. This is enthusiasm. And we see the person who is writing this is Rupa Goswami, and how enthusiastic was Rupa Goswami, constantly writing books, meditating on Krishna's pastimes, um, trying to establish temples of um, um, the deities that were carved 5,000 years back, trying to find the deities, establish temple, writing books, associating, helping others. So in that way, fixed in one's resolute purpose towards Krishna consciousness. So this is enthusiasm. So Prabhupada says in the purport, when utsaha is generated, laziness cannot remain. Lazy people cannot become Krishna conscious. Lazy people are lazy in their life, and they are lazy in their spiritual life also. They are lazy in their work life, they are lazy in taking care and maintaining their families, and they are lazy in their spiritual life. But they are very enthusiastic for any form of sense gratification. They want result without working hard. So that is not good. Um, so utsaha is generated. When utsaha is generated, laziness cannot remain. So laziness means it's okay, or I'm trying my best, and this much I can do. I cannot do more than this. So giving up. This is a lack of enthusiasm. Enthusiastic person never gives up. He'll be like, no. Enthusiastic person, even if he is not getting any results, he is driven from within. I have to do, I have to do, I have to do. So the absence of desire to work is laziness. Um, so, why don't you go and preach? Yeah, if people come by the door, I'll preach. No, you have to go out. People won't come to you. Uh, So, absence of desire to work, that's okay. I'm satisfied in my own Krishna consciousness, and this much I can do, and I cannot do more. So, that is again lack of enthusiasm. Enthusiasm means always trying how to serve Krishna best. Like there is one devotee, very, very, very wonderful devotee. Um, and then he always asks one question: how can I serve Krishna better? How can I serve Krishna more? How can I really please Krishna? Is it the right way? Anything wrong, please let me know. So this is all sign of enthusiasm. Okay, I really want to make progress, whatever it takes. And the intelligence is very enthusiastic people. Intelligence is very sharp. They can discriminate actually. When intelligence is not sharp, we cannot discriminate. Oh, this is unfavorable for my Krishna consciousness, and we are driven by material desires. Um, So the absence of desire to work is laziness. This is opposite to the nature of spirit. If one allows this to remain in his body or heart, then how can he perform devotional service? So enthusiasm is very important. And if you lack enthusiasm, then you associate with those who are enthusiastic. And if you lack the enthusiasm to associate with those who are enthusiastic, then you should force yourself, because by rubbing with those who are enthusiastic, you will become enthusiastic. Like I remember I was in university, I was in my studies, and I was very busy. And one devotee came and he said, let's go out for Kirtan. We'll do Sankirtan on the streets. And I'm like, no, I have so much to study, I'm not interested. But then this devotee said, no, it will be very nice. You should come. It will be, please come. And then I wanted to please him, so I went with him. And then I saw on the street he was chanting, and there were a group of devotees, and they were very enthusiastic, and they were showing books to everyone, they were talking to everyone, and they were dancing in the kirtan, and they were playing instruments very enthusiastically, singing very enthusiastically. So that sangha rubbed upon me, and then I also started showing books to people, started dancing in the kirtan, and started chanting loudly, and joined everybody, and that brought enthusiasm in me, to be enthusiastic just by seeing others enthusiasm. But imagine if I was in a situation where the person has absolutely no enthusiasm in serving Krishna, then I was anyways lazy, so no way can I get enthusiasm. So association helps a lot. If one has enthusiasm in the beginning of devotional service, and that enthusiasm does not become cold, then one will never become lazy or distracted in chanting the holy names. So very nice. Prabhupada is telling one will not become distracted in chanting the holy names. So I don't know how many of us are facing this issue of becoming distracted in the chanting. And Prabhupada says one should never become lazy, and one should not become cold. Cold means it's okay, I have many things to do, I have my own personal life. I don't have time to hear, don't have time to serve, don't have time. I'm too busy with my own life. So that is like we have become cold to devotional service. And then we have become lazy to devotional service. Then even if there is time, we will try to find ways how not to associate with devotees, how not to go to temple, how not to render service. We will create everything. Krishna says, "Je yatha ma prapadyante tam tatha bhajami." Everything is dependent upon one's desire. When we desire to go to temple, go to do some service, associate, Krishna will make arrangements. But when we don't desire, Krishna will make arrangements that we'll become busy in our personal uh, engagements, and we'll have no time. So, and then even when we have time, we look for things which are very, very low in priority, or we'll just sit in front of a laptop with some Facebook or some other website searching for things to buy on Amazon, this and this, and we'll just spend the time. And then we don't want to go for kirtan. So that is like, it's just because we want to avoid Krishna. Krishna avoids us by stealing our intelligence to be absorbed in a way that is not attracted to Krishna. And that's what we desire, and that's how Krishna reciprocates. So, um, if one becomes cold, Prabhupada says, if enthusiasm becomes cold, then one will become lazy and one will become distracted. Therefore, enthusiasm is the only support. Therefore, enthusiasm is the only support for all types of devotional service. Um, for all types means hearing, remembering, chanting, reading, serving the lotus feet, and various forms. So, enthusiasm is something that supports all the 9 limbs of devotional service. By enthusiastically performing devotional service, one can very quickly give up anishtita service and attain nishtha. Anishtita service is sometime I am enthusiastic and sometime I want to avoid Krishna consciousness because it's too much Krishna consciousness. So nishtha means at all times I am eager about Krishna. Anishtita means sometime I am eager, sometime I am not. But if we are very enthusiastic in devotional service, then we will very quickly come to nishtha. Very enthusiastic about devotional service, sometimes we go through the mood swings, our mood changes. Um, Today I'm very tired, so I just want to sleep. I don't want to perform any Krishna conscious activity. So these are called the mood swings or the modes changes, passion, ignorance. And that's what take us away from nishtha. Nishtha means steady. Steady means independent of how I feel, I must serve. This is my service. Anishtita means, yeah, this is what I'm expected to do. But sorry, I can't do it. It's too difficult. Maybe it's sometime else. Sorry, I'm tired today. But Nishtita service is you serve despite all odds, despite the state of mind, um, and surrender to Krishna's will. Hare Krishna. Yeah, it's here, bro. Yeah, and it's very important to act on nishtha bhakti. Nishtha means steady bhakti, even if we are not. Um, um, this is my recommended service. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is the time I'm supposed to chant. I'm supposed to read. In spite of, one has to go beyond the mind level. Whatever mind says, that's okay. Um, um, I will do it. So that's how we are acting on enthusiasm, even though it's a fake enthusiasm. Actually, one should never give up one's service. Um, Usually, one gives up one's service because there are ulterior motives other than pleasing Krishna. Any other desire other than pleasing Krishna will make us lax and will lead to anishtita or lack of enthusiasm. So Prabhupada says the more you engage yourself in the service of the Lord, the more you become enthusiastic. So if somebody asks how to develop enthusiasm, so Prabhupada says you engage yourself in the service of the Lord and enthusiasm will come. Lack of enthusiasm means there is some service. No, I'm not interested in service. And then when we are not exposed to Krishna consciousness, naturally, the desire to become more Krishna conscious will go down automatically. And slowly, we'll become more and more weaker, weak and weak and weak and weak and weak. But if you are like, yes, I want to do more, I want to do more, if you're very enthusiastic, so the more you engage yourself in the service of the Lord, the more you become enthusiastic. So there is one devotee, they would come to programs once in a while. Um, but then once they started taking some services, doing some services, they become very enthusiastic. Previously, if it was just a program and just hearing, which is also the one of the best form of services, but at this stage we require some practical services in our devotional service. So just hearing once in a week and good enough, good enough, good enough, but then one starts losing interest. But when one starts rendering practical services, especially services under guidance of devotees, in a way that devotees are pleased with us, then um, Krishna becomes pleased and devotional service becomes more attractive. We receive the mercy of the Lord, then our enthusiasm increases. I want to do a little more and want to do more. So enthusiasm will come by more we engage in our Krishna consciousness. There is no question of becoming tired. Prabhupada says, just like I'm an old man. So sometimes the mind tricks us by these words. No, I'm tired. I can't do it. It's very difficult. So Prabhupada says there is no question of becoming tired. Just like I am old man. I have come from India. My age is 76 years. So still I am enthusiastic. Still I'm going everywhere all over the world. Why? Krishna service is so nice. Even old man like me, he gets his energy to work. So Prabhupada is emphasizing on the practical devotional service, doing some physical services, using the body, using the hands, using the legs, using the intellect, using the skills in whichever form. So um, that will create enthusiasm. That will help us go forward. Then the second is nishchayat. Nishchayat means confidence. So one of the symptoms of nishchayat is no confidence in other path. Bhukti mukti siddhi kami shakalya shanta. No interest in, no confidence in bhukti. Bhukti, okay. 1 second, I need to put the laptop on charging. So, yeah, one should not be satisfied with one's Krishna consciousness. I'm chanting 16 rounds and I'm good. No, one should not be satisfied. One should be eager and enthusiastic to go forward. And one thing that can take away our enthusiasm is association of those who are not enthusiastic. And when we compare, this is not good. Compare means we have 5 friends, all 4 are not doing any service, all 4 are not so enthusiastic to make progress, then that's okay. I will also not do it. No, comparison is not good. Rather, enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness means whether others are doing or not, whether others are supporting or not. My my enthusiasm is not dependent, should not depend upon others' enthusiasm. Rather, I should set a good example for everyone else to follow. Instead of becoming victimized by my association, I should become enthusiastic. I should do more. I should give my best in all respects. I should try my best. And if I try my best, I'm the one who is going to get benefited. I'm the one who will receive Krishna's mercy. So we good association is very good. Otherwise, Prabhupada says act enthusiastically. And one thing I like is set good example for others. So now Nishchayat, Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami. So confidence. So what is our confidence? What is confidence? So first it says confidence in bhakti only and no confidence in other path. Confidence in other path means bhukti, sense gratification. Confidence in sense gratification, that this is what will help me. I'm looking for sense gratification. That is what is going to make me happy. So confidence in sense gratification is Maya. Maya means illusion. Illusion means I can be happy by fill in the blanks if it is not Krishna consciousness. Um, if this material desire of mine become fulfilled, I will be happy. So basically, we are having some faith, some confidence in my satisfaction coming from things other than by pleasing or serving Krishna. That is illusory by nature, and that is going to bring actually suffering and lot of suffering. Um, but what illusory energy Maya does is she will capture the mind and she will make us forget all the other sides of bhukti mukti siddhi kam, material desire, sense gratification, and she will make us run towards sense gratification, and the intellect will become polluted. Intellect cannot think what is right and what is wrong. So confidence in that direction, it's not good. But confidence in bhakti only Krishna can actually make me happy, not by anything other, which is uh, where I am in the center, not Krishna in the center. Um, when I am in the center, it's not going to make me. And like Kalakanda Prabhu recently mentioned that when we try to keep ourselves in the center, it's simply going to bring us a lot of anxiety. I'm the enjoyer. It is going to bring us a lot of anxiety, lot of trouble. So bhukti mukti siddhi kami, no confidence in these things. Siddhi means I need mystical powers. Kami means I have material desires. I want them to be fulfilled. Uh, I want my material desires to be fulfilled, and confidence that if my desires are fulfilled, I'll become happy. Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutani. This verse is from Bhagavad Gita, where it says, what is day for materialist is night for spiritualist, and what is night for spiritualist is day for materialist. In other words, those things which materialists are very much interested, the devotees are not interested in those things. And those things that devotees are interested, materialists are not interested in those things. So Krishna says, what is day for them is night for us, and what is day for us is night for them. In other words, our frequency don't match. So um, yeah. And Srimad Bhagavatam says, Karmi Gyani tapa. So these various other paths, karmis is karmi yoga, gyani is gyani yoga, tapa, austerity, veda, reading of Vedic Vedas and other things. Anything if it is not bhakti in the center, the mind remains impure and one falls down. So no other path can actually take us back to Godhead. Because the mind can become purified only by bhakti. There are many people who try to gain knowledge and try to follow other paths, karma and other things. But since the mind can be purified only by bhakti, they they do it, they're enthusiastic for some time, but their mind will trick them and then they will fall down. So no confidence in other paths. Confidence in bhakti only, 6 P's. Perfection, bhakti drags to perfection. Ganga does not stop till it reaches the ocean. So example is there that bhakti will drag us to perfection. It doesn't matter if we have all the bad qualities, which we may have, and that's okay. If we are somehow or other engaged in devotional service, we will be dragged to perfection. Like um, recently, there was um, one new person, and this new person, we met him, and he would lie. Everything he say, there is lie in there, and then there is propensity to steal in that person, um, um, and manipulative, and there are many things, kind of, and that makes, but naturally Prabhupada says, don't hate the deceased, hate the disease, because the person actually is actually looking for relationship with Krishna, and that person can be satisfied only with relationship with Krishna. And timely circumstances, the person has turned himself to be in this way. So it doesn't matter what we are today, as long as somehow or other, if the person can remain in Krishna consciousness, he'll be purified. It doesn't matter how much duplicity we have, ignorance we have, material desires we have, uh, etc. Doesn't matter what we are at this point of time. Bhakti will drag us to perfection. So this confidence one should have. And if we have this confidence in us by our own little experiences, then we will be tolerant. And then we will simply try everybody engage in Krishna consciousness, independent of their faults, because faults everyone has. So one should be confident. So actually, Nishchaya means one should be confident that bhakti will drag one to perfection. This person just chant the holy name, hear Bhagavatam. Even if after listening Bhagavatam, the person does not understand anything in Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam will still purify him. Even if he's chanting and he has no interest in chanting and he's unconsciously chanting and he's chanting with a kind of anger, chanting will purify. So whoever we are, bhakti is very powerful. And the example given is Ganga. Ganga does not stop till it reaches the ocean. So Ganga is coming. Some mountain comes. Ganga will go around the mountain and keep going. And then some valley comes. Then Ganga will take a pause, keep filling up the valley, filling up, filling up. When the valley is filled, then Ganga will continue. So whether it is mountain, valleys, stones, various beds of various kinds, doesn't matter, trees, Ganga will find its way towards the ocean. Likewise, bhakti is so powerful, in spite of obstacles and whatever comes on the way, bhakti once began will drag us to perfection. And this confidence one should have, then one can preach actually. Then protection. Protection, this confidence in these 6 P's is actually very conducive for advancement. Rupa Goswami says. So protection means surrender, means to become confident. Avashya Rakshishati. Avashya means definitely. Rakshishati means Krishna will protect me. Krishna will protect me. Name Bhakta Pranashyati. This is Lord Krishna tells to Arjun in Bhagavad Gita, Kaun tya prati jana hi name bhakta pranashyati. Declare it boldly, Arjuna, my devotee will not perish. And so, if I surrender to Krishna, then Krishna will protect me. I don't have to fear from anything. And that's what Lord Krishna says. One should um, have faith in Krishna's protection despite anything that happens in life. And I have many, many examples on this. Um, like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took sannyas, then he went to Jagannath Puri. And then Jagannath Puri, he delivered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He revealed his six-handed form to Sarvabhauma, and then he started for South India tour. And then he wanted to go alone. But Nityananda Prabhu requested him to take one Brahmana, Kala Krishna Das, with him. So he was okay with that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with one Brahmana, he started going on the streets in the jungles in South India too. And then he started saying this prayer. Krishna, 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 Hey. Krishna, 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 Pahi Mam. Krishna, 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 Raksha Mam. So in that way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, yesterday only we were discussing with some devotees this. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu walking with one Brahmana by himself, and he would pray, oh Lord Krishna, please protect me. Oh Lord Krishna, please maintain me. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed by his own example that one should depend upon one's protection and one's maintenance onto Lord Krishna. And Masuchaha, one should not fear. So one devotee called me and he said he was going and he, by mistake, his car came onto a dog or some kind of animal or a squirrel, I think, a squirrel, and the squirrel on the spot died. So he was asking that, what do I do in this situation? Because naturally, even unknown mistakes happens. There is a karmic reaction there. Anything that happens, us being an instrument, there is a karmic reaction. But one who is practicing Krishna consciousness, devotional service, does not have to fear as long as he tries his best, and no matter what happens, if you take shelter of Krishna, Krishna will protect you. Krishna will protect you. Even if the whole world is against you and you are in unlimited anxiety, and in spite of the fact that you have lost all hopes, if you pray to Krishna for protection, Krishna will protect you. So this confidence one must have. One may be amidst material energy or unconducive environment for Krishna consciousness. Have faith, Krishna will protect you. Krishna will protect you. Krishna will protect you. So one must have that confidence, no matter where I am, in what situation I am. If I remain sincere and try to serve Lord Krishna, Krishna will protect me. So one is perfection. If I just stay, sometime we become depressed. Oh, I'm trying so hard, but I'm not able to make any progress. I still have envy in my heart. I still have greed. I still have lust. I have a lot of false ego and everything. I have greed, everything I have. So one must have that confidence that if I just keep practicing Krishna consciousness, it will go away. Sometimes I have seen devotees asking questions, seems like it will never be possible for me to become purified. That's good to think like that. It's a state of humility. Yet one must be confident that bhakti, Krishna consciousness will give me all protection and all perfection and all protection. And then maybe this is the last slide we'll cover. Then profit. Um, uh, Neha Bikramanasosti Pratyavayana Vidyate Swalpam Apiyasa Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. So one must be confident in what one is going to get. And Prabhupada says even a little advancement in the path of Krishna consciousness can protect one from all types of dangers. And Prabhupada says the biggest danger is that in the next life we may degrade to human life because of our activities or lower species. But but this verse says that Krishna consciousness, even a little bit, can protect one from most dangerous type of dangers, basically most dangerous situations. And we keep on. So yeah, so the benefit we get is very much. Prabhupada says you will become, Krishna says in 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita, you will become happy in this life and you will be happy in the next. But those who are not in Krishna consciousness, they are full of anxiety in this life and they are full of anxiety in the next life also. One reporter asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you are preaching Krishna is God and chanting the holy names and the whole philosophy. What if it is not true? What if you die and you realize everything you preach, everything you believe, everything is false? What will you do then? And Prabhupada says, well, I'm happy now, so I have nothing to regret. And uh, what if I'm right? I mean, other people, they're not happy now also, and future is anyways dark actually. So the benefit, Krishna says, the prophet Krishna says, next birth human life is guaranteed. And even if we cannot finish our business in this life or cannot attain perfection in this life, next life we will attain it. Yes, we want perfection. We are eager to attain perfection in this life. But the thing is, we will definitely attain it, possible in this life. Then powerful means um, most potent. Um, Ahituki apratihata suprasidati. Um, um, it will completely satisfy the self and it will remove all impurities within our heart. Productive, yes, yes, the bhakti nikinchana, which says that productive means it is kind of the best use of our time. The result produced are very quick. It is very efficient. Or one who practices Krishna consciousness will develop all the good qualities. One may try very hard to not act on false ego, lust, envy, pride, but if one just practice Krishna consciousness, it is so productive that you will develop all these qualities even without your knowledge. And then pure, because devotee is not interested in any material activity, no contamination. Mahatmanas tumam partha, Devim Prakritim Ashrita. So those who practice Krishna consciousness, they are under the protection of the divine energy or Srimati Radharani, and they remain pure. And any impurities, they have the strength to um, kind of subdue those impurities. And even if there are many contaminations while one is on the path of Krishna consciousness, those contamination will not stay long. The continuous chanting, reading, hearing, association, prasad, the overall process of devotional service, any impurity we carry during the day after our morning rounds, the next day and few days we chant our rounds and it will go away. So it is so pure that, like if something is very pure and it is touched by impurities, then those impurities can be seen and can be removed. Like a glass of plain water, and you see some dust, then you can easily remove it because it's visible, because the water is so pure. So likewise, any impurities within us, the process of bhakti is so pure, it will take it out. And you can actually remain pure, just like Lord Krishna says, the water on a lotus leaf, on a lotus flower. Um, mm, mm, Untouched by material contamination. Likewise, if we are practicing sincerely, we can be amidst material circumstances which may not be favorable, but one can still remain pure because of the potency of Krishna consciousness. So um, that's that's all I want to discuss today. We discuss, yeah, there is some more on confidence, but if there's some discussion we can take at this point of time. Okay, so maybe we will end for today. Vanchakalpataruvaisha kripasindhuva evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavamyo anantakoti vaishnavamyo. Thank you very much, Prabhuji and Mataji. We'll end here. Hare Krishna.
थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद।